Okay, tonight it looks like quesadillas. We got some peppers here, a bag of peppers I think are from our neighbor, and got some flat tortillas here, and tomato and some rice, and I cut up an onion, and actually started roasting a couple of these peppers already, and you can see, for example, how the skins are already starting to come off under the heat. So I'm going to just toss them in a little extra oil and put them in with some onion and get them nice and soft. Those peels come right off, and then they make for really nice veggies inside the quesadilla. A little bit of cheese, and we're off to the races. So I've cut these onions into relatively wide chunks, as you can see here, and I'm just going to add these peppers that are already a little bit roasted into here. Give them all just a quick drizzle of oil, not too much, and again give them a toss until they're all nicely coated, and then onto a pan. I'll pop back in that toaster oven, and then I'm just going to arrange these peppers and the onions kind of between them. Okay, so I had hoped to use some refried beans, but I couldn't find any. So I looked up on the internet how to make your own refried beans, and I'm going to see if it'll work. I'm going to open these and pour off the liquid, but we're going to start apparently with some bacon fat. Hey, handy that I have some. And a bit of garlic, and some of the onions that I'll take from the toaster. So here's the fat melting in the pan. Oh, glistening. And just as that gets going, I'm going to add this garlic that I chopped, and I'm nowhere near as good as the guy. I'll try to post the video. It's unbelievable, but I sort of tried to use his method. Alright, we'll just get some of that going. And I pulled some of those onions off of the pan in the toaster oven, because those kids are never going to eat them all whole like this, so I'll just chop them up and put them in with the beans. Now, to my eye, I've overcooked this garlic a little bit. It's gone a little bit dark brown, but we'll see if the juice from these beans will soften that up. That's the juice there. Doesn't that look nice? Now, virtually all of these recipes call for some kind of mashing, and this is something that's characteristic. If I look for recipes on the internet, I try to look at 3 or 4 just to see what's common to them, as opposed to some one personal freaky home-style version. So, like I said, most of these are pretty common. I'm going to boil off some of this water and then add the rest of this bean juice, I guess is what you'd call it. I think I'm going to put these in the food processor, partly because my onions are way too big, of course. And now you can see that a lot of that liquid is boiled off already. I'm down to pretty much beans, just a little bit of sauce. I've also reserved a little bit of this, just in case when it goes into the food processor here, it kind of binds up and is too thick. Yeah, so you're going to give these a couple of pulses. Let's see. Pretty big chunks of onion still. A few more. That's looking more like it. Awesome. Yeah. So what I'm left with here is a pretty disgusting looking gray paste. Probably a reason why so many of the recipes call for mashing these by hand, so at least you preserve some of the peels. Anyway, tastes good. So I've also chopped up breast of chicken. I know I've kind of made fun of breast of chicken before, or at least said that other chicken has more flavor, which is generally true, but breast of chicken, boneless breast of chicken, is actually very easy to work with. So back to my pan, I moved my refritos over here to a bowl. They can cool. I'm just going to drop some butter in here, and just as that gets going, basically going to pop my chicken in. And Make sure that it's all nicely covered. You want a nice hot pan there. You want to boil this chicken in its own juices. You want to get it hot, so it really gets a nice brown on the outside. Alright, see it's coming already. So you can see these peppers come out of the oven all wrinkly on top, and that means those peels are going to come right off. You can see it's very simple to just pull those off, and then just chopped up and dropped in with your chicken. Tastes great. So I've grated some cheese over here, and I've got this flatbread, which is pretty great because flatbread, I don't know, basically lasts almost forever, it seems, in the fridge. And although it tastes kind of lousy when you just make it a wrap, if you toast it in a quesadilla or something like that, warm it up, it takes on a whole new character. So got my chicken and roasted peppers, grated cheese, my gray glop, and I'm going to do that all in this big black pan here and just warm it up and make quesadillas. Alright, here's my quesadilla or tortilla shell heating up in the pan. I'm going to add my refried beans just to one side here. Doesn't have to be very fancy. Basically this is food glue. It's going to hold the whole thing together. Alright, on that I'm going to put a little bit of this chicken and peppers. Not too much, but just like that, basically on that half. Alright, now that this cheese is a little bit melted, we're just gonna, and it's gonna stick to it, we just fold that over and press that down. Okay, and we'll flip it in a few minutes. Okay, so we'll get ready to flip this once more. Right, and I've got these up about medium heat, so we're getting some of that nice brown and a little bit crispy on the outside there. Perfect. Yeah, I cut these into little triangles, and they make great little sandwiches. That's how we used to serve them at Earl's.